Hello, everyone. Fast and rapidly changing conditions across the Northern Valley have prompted the National Weather Service in Grand Forks to issue a blizzard warning. The latest begins right now.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, we've been doing some updates here regularly here recently, and now we've also got some wind warning issues here with 60-mile-per-hour winds measured from this puppy as a band of snow moving through. Lofted snow, blowing snow have caused closed roads in much of Manitoba, a no travel advisory here in portions of northeast North Dakota, and now blizzard warnings for these northern counties. Let me go over the details of the warning, but you're going to see this everywhere. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the conditions you're going to see. It lasts until 9 o'clock this evening. It does include Kitson County in Minnesota, and in North Dakota we're talking about Cavalier, Pembina, and Towner counties, and that's it. Now that's where we have the most blowing snow and some fresh fallen snow that have caused some problems, and we can see here that this line of snow is moving into Grand Forks now. Let's take you there. Let's go to the cameras now, and this is one thing I want you to know. So we're broadcasting here on all my channels. If you're watching on the Facebook channel, thanks so much. Click the follow button. It does help me out a great deal. Watching on YouTube, subscribe. And another thing to keep in mind is you can get the latest on hutchesweather.com, including these road conditions. Now, this is live right now, an expansion of the no travel advisory into parts of Nelson County for you folks in Mackville and Michigan City as those terrible conditions are continuing. Notice these asterisks here. Those are crashes going on. But I want to take a quick peek at what's going on in Grand Forks now, because the radar is showing that we do have some snow showers that are pushing into the Grand Forks area. Let's go out to Emerado first and take a look there and see what it looks like. So the visibility on this particular image here showing that it isn't too bad. Now, the type of snow we have in any individual area is going to really dictate how much of it gets lofted and blown around. Plus, there is some new falling snow with this line, as you saw near Winnipeg, Brandon, Manitoba, and it's shutting roads down up there. It's a flat out near blizzard-like conditions as well. But this is in and around Grand Forks out near Emerado. Let's look in right in town, north of Grand Forks here rather, on I-29. Again, visibility not too bad. Getting out of town though a little bit, we could start to see some rapid changes and very icy conditions. So in Grand Forks, the radar is showing some pretty snowy conditions. The roads now, with temperatures that are fairly nice, are pretty good. But what we're going to notice is these conditions are going to track to the south and to the east. Not only that, we're going to have concerns about our wet roads here in the valley. We are at 34 degrees at last check in Fargo and Moorhead, and it's in the teens up here. So we will have roads rapidly freezing up that have become wet. So even in the southern valleys, icy road conditions will be possible. There'll probably be less or fewer problems with the blowing snow depending on the snow conditions in your local area. Now, when is this going to hit Fargo? Let's take a look at that real quickly on the latest radar, and let's go up into Minnesota here too. Here's a look at the border crossing, by the way, as you go up towards Pembina, and conditions there are terrible. Roads completely covered with ice, and from time to time the visibility looks like this. And you know, if you're driving in this junk, those conditions can deteriorate very rapidly. Good morning, Nathan. Good to have you on, watching from Alexandria, and also Simon joining as well. Sue, thank you from Gonvic for joining. Alex, thank you for watching as well. Trying to keep my eyes on what's going on and on the broadcast on YouTube. Thank you for watching on YouTube very, very much. If you have a question or you're watching from a different part of the country, let me know. This cold air that we have moving into the northern plains is heading south all the way into the Gulf of Mexico, all the way into Florida and the southeast over the next couple of days. You can catch a video on my YouTube channel about that. Now let's talk a little bit about Minnesota roads, shall we? Taking a look over on the other side of the Red River, we do have concerns over there with some weather warnings as well. It looks like maybe those have expanded. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah, we do have the blizzard warning that's in effect up in northwesternmost Kitson County, Minnesota. So that area has definitely got a blizzard warning, but we do have wind products out there, wind warnings in these brown counties that I was telling you about, with some gust potential to 60 miles per hour. So the counties you see here, where you see Lancaster, Hallock up behind my banner, let me lower that just a little bit. There we go. That's the area where we're going to have that blizzard warning in place. Let's look at the camera down here as we look on, oh my goodness, Donaldson, Highway 11. That does not look fun at all. Now, this is a crosswind coming from the north and northwest. You could see just a trail of snow marching over the road, reduced visibility, counties up there in that blizzard-warned county. Now, as we go into Badger and Roseau County, look at the stark difference just a few miles down Highway 11 here. Road conditions are still pretty slippery and slick, but we do have much better visibility. So, folks, if you're traveling, let them know, share this video. We're going to see some rapidly deteriorating conditions. Here's Highway 1 in Warren, Minnesota. Those look like some pretty good-sized flakes flying from this system, as it's going to dry this air mass over us out fairly quickly and cause these areas to see some wind-blown snow. And now let's check in on Grand Forks, East Grand Forks, and out towards Fisher and Crookston. Highway 2 corridor. Icy roads for sure, but the wind is going to be the main problem. And again, these snow showers moving along and are heading to the south and east. Let's time this puppy into the Fargo-Moorhead area here as we go. And if you do have a question, let me know. I'll try to keep my eyes on my broadcast streams here so I can answer those as we go along. That's one of the powers of Hutch's weather. Thanks, Carlene, for watching. Tracy, how about Lake Brunson to Oslo? Okay, while I got this up, why not answer your question, Tracy? You're a loyal follower. Thank you so very much for watching. Let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. So real quickly, if we get into your area again, up in the Oslo area, I did show the area near Alvarado, but let's go to the Goodridge area, Oslo. Okay, we get into the Red River Valley here. Well, we got some windy conditions for sure that are going to be going on, but as we take a look in, let's go north of Thief River on 59 there. That's blowing pretty good. Oslo being more in the Red River Valley right here. This is the closest camera we can get to you, and this is Warren. That does not look like a picnic there. Tracy, conditions will last like this or close to this throughout the day. Now, the new falling snow will be heading to your south as we go through the day, but there are some areas up in Manitoba that are getting quite a bit of snow, and that's going to continue to blow our way with these northwest and west winds throughout the day. So periods of 0 to near zero visibility, gusts over 40 miles per hour throughout the day, and could top close to 55 miles per hour. And that's in the western reaches for you folks in the Marshall County, Minnesota area. I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much. Mike, thank you for watching from Grafton, saying it's nasty. Don't forget, you can upload your photos. And one more thing that I want to make sure that you're aware of here. Let me make sure my page is loaded up here. Pardon me. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yep. Okay. So looking over at Hutch's weather, I just sent out an email blast, and I'm going to do another one right now. One thing that's kind of nice about Hutch's weather and hutchesweather.com is I can quickly send out an email if you sign up for it right here on my website. So go to hutchesweather.com right here, emails. I don't sell your email list. I don't give your name out to anybody. It's just you, it's me, and I talk weather. I just sent out an update and alert saying no travel advisory, so people visited the site. But if you sign up here, you're going to get these alerts and blasts to let you know what's going on when it comes to our weather conditions. So blizzard warning in our far northern counties. We do have a batch of snow that's heading into the FM area. The gustiest of the winds are on the doorstep. Let's time it out as we just talked about. And we'll do that using this tool up on my other monitor up here, so my eyeballs will be wandering. Now, what we have is a leading edge of snow that's working its way out of Grand Forks now, heading to the south and east. There's the leading edge of the cold front. It disappears on the radar because it gets far enough for the radar where it can't see it. So that's the leading edge of the gusty winds. It's likely moving through Bagley right now, moving down into Monoman right now, and down in towards the areas south of the Breckenridge-Wahpeton area. So the winds are picking up in Fargo. But look at that temperature. That 34-degree circle right there says 34 degrees right now at Moorhead's Airport. Winds are gusting to 32, so they have picked up, but we don't have the redonkulous winds yet. Now, if I plot on here for you the wind gust speeds or the wind speeds, we can get an idea of where the strongest sustained winds are at this particular time. Up in the blizzard warned area, these are sustained winds of 39 miles per hour. For a blizzard to be a blizzard, we have to have winds over 35 miles per hour, visibilities under a quarter of a mile, and we have to expect those conditions to last for at least 3 hours. That's the case up north. Now, we do have this 40 mile per hour sustained wind in Devil's Lake right now. Looking at the rest of your measurements, your temperature's 19. So temperatures are falling like a 2-ton heavy thing up in the Northern Valley right now. Your gusts in Devil's Lake, 51 miles per hour. Where's my hat? That's what you'll be saying if you don't button that puppy down with a really solid looking bungee cord or something like that, because that puppy's going to fly all the way from Devil's Lake down into maybe as far south as Sisseton, South Dakota. So batten down the hatches there. And as we look out towards Minot, the winds have been gusty there and remain gusty over 36 miles per hour. The strong winds will last for hours today once it moves through. You can kind of see the leading edge of the strongest winds. There's Monoman. We just talked about that leading edge moving through you. Sustained winds are 30. It's gusting to 46. An eye for the radar is what you need here to kind of pick out where this thing is picking up. Unfortunately, we get into kind of what I call a radar no man's land out here, where we just cannot see the snow that this wind is lofting up anymore because the radar beam goes up at an angle. But there it is. And then it disappears because it's getting far enough from the radar to just kind of go off screen here. It'll reappear, that little line that you see right here. It'll reappear once it gets a little closer to the Duluth and Chanhassen radars. There's a little radar feature there. So for the high wind warning that we have in place for portions of western Marshall County, Minnesota, western Polk County, including you folks in Fertile, and all the way up towards Crookston, all the way out west into the Devil's Lake Basin. Let me just get the basic facts on that. This wind warning is in effect for 4 hours. Let me click on it here and we can expand the text for us here. This is in effect for northwest Minnesota, gusts to 60 miles per hour. It's also in effect, as you can see, for parts of the northern Devil's Lake Basin. Additional details are visibility dropped to below a half of a mile in places and at times, so your travel conditions could change pretty dramatically, and quickly across the area. So if we have a look at what we have going on here, essentially we've got let me go to the other radar here. This will be fun to take a quick analysis of what we got going on. All right, here we go. Pardon me while I switch the radar. Okay, thanks again for watching. Here is a look at the other radar scene, and now I can do a little bit of drawing on here, and let's go ahead and do that. So here's the leading edge of the cold front and the gusty wind line, and it's making its way through Ada, Monoman, Bagley, heading in towards Bemidji, and this line that I'm drawing right now is through Fargo, Moorhead, and it's working its way down south into Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and it's moving this way. This line is the leading edge of the gusty winds. You're going to see winds change from southerly direction to a northwesterly direction, and they're going to rock, and they start picking up to 30 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour, and 60 miles per hour up in the north. Now, the strongest winds will be up here where there's few trees to stop it. Get into the trees of Minnesota, that helps slow it down just a pinch. But gusty winds are here, moving 50 miles per hour. Let me get a tool out here for analysis purposes here, and we'll go ahead and handle this. So give me 1 second while we open this tool up, and I'm going to go ahead and draw this line right here. And we'll get some cities and town. Whoopsie, I got to erase that, turn that off. Now we're going to draw another tool through that same line and same area. There we go. Let's see if this works now. So that leading edge is right about here. I'm having problems with this thing wanting to draw. There we go. Okay. Well, essentially, it's moving southeast at 50 miles per hour. So it's now made its way through Fargo. It's moving through Bagley, and it will be moving 50 miles in a chunk. So it'll be heading towards places like Park Rapids within the next hour, northern parts of Wadena County within the next hour. It will push into central and eastern parts of Becker County, as well as Otter Tail County in the next hour, with the winds increasing there. So sorry about the timeline on that as we go through. Our wind speeds will continue to be quite strong throughout the day. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. That's an update. Remember, you can get the latest on hutchesweather.com anytime, anywhere. Please sign up for those email alerts. I appreciate all of you for checking this out, and follow me here on Facebook. Share the information with a friend, tag them in the comments below, and stay safe. If you don't have to travel, don't do so. No travel advisories, parts of northeast North Dakota. Blizzard warning, parts of northeast North Dakota and northwest Minnesota. High wind warning for parts of northeast North Dakota and northwest Minnesota as well. That's your update. Stay tuned and